Welcome to Strongsville, Ohio, located just 21 miles southwest of Cleveland near the Canadian maritime border. Strongsville is a city full of small-town charm and just minutes from fishing lakes, rivers, and mountain trails. With a violent crime rate 89% lower than the national average, it is also a town where people can leave their doors unlocked, knowing that their homes are safe. Theft, burglaries, violent crimes, these things happen to other neighborhoods, or at least they used to, until 2017, when a whole new brand of evil landed and took root in this quiet Midwestern town. On the evening of October 23rd, 2017, 3 separate 911 calls were made from the Blazing Star Drive home in Strongsville.
Sir? Hi. Okay. All right. I have the medics and police responding, okay? All right. I need to get... There's a lot of blood? Okay. Okay. How do you know this woman? Is she...
I live here. She's my fiance's mother.
It's your fiance's mother. Okay. Is she, like, had anybody try to harm her, harass her, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you have a dog that lives at that house?
We have two dogs.
Okay. Are the dogs there or you don't know?
I don't know. We just walked in front of
Okay, we got a phone call from somebody who found a dog that belongs to your residence. That's why I'm thinking the dog got out, okay? What is your name?
right here. I have my name is Jeff. Jeff Paul.
Spell your last name, Jeff.
S-C-U-L-O-I-N.
Okay, who's talking to you right now?
That's Bruce Pleskovic. We're my sister. We just came home together.
Okay, and what's Bruce telling you? Is she conscious?
She said she was multiple stab wounds, and he's on the phone with somebody else.
Okay, she's got multiple stab wounds.
That's what he just said out there. So, he's using that and...
Okay, they're coming, okay?
Yeah.
Do you see any, like, forced entry or anything to the house?
I'm outside. The door is locked.
The door was locked?
The front door is locked.
Okay. Okay. All right. Are you guys all outside right now?
I'm outside. Bruce is inside, I think. I don't know where he is. He's running in and out. I don't know what's
He
going on.
was running in and out? Okay. I have a male. There's 2 males there and 2 children right now.
I'm outside by the red truck.
Okay. Okay. You didn't see any weapons or anything, correct?
No, I barely saw her. I walked in and I grabbed the
You
baby
saw the blood and you ran. Okay.
I ran outside and called the police.
Okay. Okay, Jeff. I'm going to stay on the phone with you until officers and the medics are there, okay? All right?
All right.
Did Bruce say if does he think she's alive or he doesn't know?
I don't know. She said she's been stabbed.
Okay. And he went back in? He ran out and then ran back in?
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
ran out looking for Kyle as well.
Okay. Who's Kyle? Is that... Who's Kyle?
She's Bruce's son.
And how old is Kyle?
I don't know how old he is.
Is he an adult?
He's older. He's in high school. He's
Okay.
down here. He can't speak or talk.
He has Downs?
Something's wrong with her. I don't know. Hello?
Hey. All right, Jeff, was that an officer or the medics? The police are there?
It's police.
Okay. All right, Jeff, I'm going to go ahead and hang up with you, okay? Who's Kyle? He has Down syndrome. Is he there?
Yeah, he's standing on
He's standing next to you. Kyle is. Okay. Okay.
in my car.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't have a missing male. Okay. All right, sir. Just wait and talk to the officers, Jeff. Thanks for your help, okay? You do good, okay? And I'm sorry for the circumstances, okay? All right. Bye-bye.
The first caller is 20-year-old Jeffrey Scullen Jr. Jeff told dispatch that he arrived home to find his soon-to-be mother-in-law, 49-year-old mother of 3, Melinda Pleskovic, lying in a pool of blood on her kitchen floor. He had just been out to dinner with his 16-year-old daughter and Melinda's husband, Bruce Pleskovic. The only other person at home at the time was the couple's 18-year-old special needs son, Kyle. A second call was made minutes later
I don't know what's going on in this city. Let's just get it done.
I understand you're upset, but can you give me your name, please?
No, you people dropped them.
Sir, can you just take a deep breath? Is there any...
This whole city's getting freaking taken over.
Sir, I understand you're upset, but I need you to stay focused, okay? You don't think you can perform CPR, correct?
She's in the kitchen. I can't believe this.
Before emergency personnel had arrived on the scene, Bruce called again. This time he blasted Strongsville police for not investigating the strange incidents that had been happening at their house for months prior to Melinda's attack.
Okay, what's your...
We've had people trying to break it out how like a lot. They flash our cameras. We're being targeted. I don't know why Bruce is doing this, but I'm pissed.
Do you see the medics there, the police there yet?
They're going through.
Okay, let's see the police officer. I'm going to disconnect with you, okay?
I can't believe this.
Did you go speak with the officer that's there?
I was trying to check. They're all trying to go out. We always, it's our usual routine.
Sir, do you see the officer there?
What's that?
Do you see the officer?
Two officers.
Okay, go speak with them. I'll hang up with them.
You know we've asked people to watch our freaking area, Bruce Pleskovic told the dispatcher. We've had people attempt to break in just this week. I don't know what's going on in this city. You've dropped the ball. Melinda, it turned out, had been stabbed more than 35 times and had suffered 3 gunshot wounds to her back before being left to die. Her devastated family, including Anna, age 20, Megan, age 19, Kyle, age 18, were certain that the horrific and savage attack was directly connected to the eerie instances that had tormented the household for over a year. As it turns out, they were right. As for who was behind the attack, well, that would be Jeff. This is 20-year-old Jeff Scully in his first interview with Strongsville police hours after the shooting and stabbing of Melinda Pleskovic.
You didn't see anything that night. Was that door open? The only thing that I can think of was the door open. Yes, I think that door was closed. You just talked about mentioned the time to break in the back door. Tell me about that. So I was in the kitchen doing dishes, so maybe that's a good food. Okay. I forget what I thought it was. I have to go back to the dishes. Right here. The big dog. He walked around. I was enjoying that, but he was laying next to the door to the left of the last door. And the cats, they jump on that. They jump on the door and let them jump on the last door and I kind of was a little bit, so they're outside after time outside. So I just thought it was the cats, it made a big noise, and the dog and started barking like crazy. When I rounded that banister thing, I saw the guys get it. I really saw the strategy.
Jeff had been living in the basement of the Pleskovic home since the early days of his fiancée Anna's pregnancy. The pair had still been teenagers when she had gotten pregnant, and Bruce and Melinda invited him to live in their home. They wanted to give the young couple a chance to get on their feet, as well as save some money for the wedding they had planned on October 28th of 2017. They also were fond of the big-hearted, easygoing Jeff. During her pregnancy, Anna took a job waitressing at Applebee's neighborhood bar and grill. Jeff took up relaxing, and after baby Aurora was born in June of 2016, some part-time child-rearing. During his interview, Jeff sits with his arms folded and doesn't attempt to hide his irritation at being interviewed over his future mother-in-law's murder. At times, he overemphasizes his words like he's talking to someone who's a little slow on the uptake.
Gotcha. Alright. So that's Sunday. Let's go back to
Where was that?
you said Mel came home at 12:30, approximately. And
we were gonna all meet for lunch. No, not lunch, dinner. We were going to go to Applebee's, and then we were all meeting there. This was all me, Mel, Bruce, Anna's gonna be serving us, Kyle's gonna be there. And then she asked if my mom could be there. I talked about trying to get them all together.
did you say my name?
No, maybe.
Are you telling me this is a conversation you're having right now on the phone?
No, this was all stuff we talked about the night before, but then she said she didn't want to do it. She had other stuff to do. And then she said she didn't want to go down here for something.
When did Mel cancel on you?
Right when she walked in the door, she's like, hey, I have other stuff to do today. We're not going to dinner. And so I'm like,
And you let your mom know?
no, I was going to surprise my mom and pick her up. Because it's hard to get a hold of her with stuff.
Surprised you didn't eat.
No, it just
So you were still gonna go to the airport?
I was going to go to dinner anyway to see him. And
Your mom?
no, with the baby, I wasn't even going to pick up my mom if she's not going. Like, else.
Yeah, but then, so I asked you, did you call your mom and tell her what we're not meeting? You said no.
No, I was going to surprise my mother with the whole thing. She gets home right at like 5:30. I was going to go over there, pick her up, and then come back. But since he canceled, I was going to send something.
So your mom didn't know about this meeting?
No. I mean, she might have been sent messaging on the phone. So,
In his account, he provides a long and convoluted account of his activities that day. He crossed paths briefly with Melinda at midday before she headed to the doctor's. The family had plans to go to Applebee's that night, but Mel had to choose to visit again. He then went to his dad's and later to his aunt's to make some meals before finally meeting Bruce for dinner. He manages to throw out there that his fiancée has a teen brother in Chicago who has Down syndrome and is nonverbal. It's kind of scary. Jealous of the baby. Jeff makes a point of reminding detectives of the multiple attempted home invasions and other odd crimes that had recently plagued the family. Coincidentally, the eerie instances began just months after Jeff moved into the Pleskovic home. But according to Jeff, he played a key role in helping to drive away the would-be assailants.
And then Joey didn't bark. Moose did.
yeah, Joey was like a pass out.
Okay. Where did Moose come from? Or is he?
He follows me around constantly. He's in the kitchen.
He is with you. Okay.
And the baby was sitting there with a bottle.
So Moose starts barking.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you went to the door.
And I saw the person's hand. That's it. And it's a white, hairy hand. That's it.
What do you say? Is the hand? Was the hand outside going on the door, or is
It's inside, like they were reaching for a lock or something. Like, can I use your book? Like, if this is the door, and that's like the top of the silver lock on the side of it, it was like this, and he was pushing it. Like, you know, I don't know if he thought he could reach it and flip a lock or something. That's all I'm gonna report.
he's literally years old?
I don't know if he had
But
it.
did you see him like urinate down?
No. I saw that was ass basically. I saw
What about
his
shoes?
I couldn't tell you.
So Moose is trying to get out. Are you holding Moose back?
No, he got stuck in the
Oh,
door.
you really got stuck.
He got stuck. I had to push the door like at an angle. If the guy pushed on it, but at an angle, it let go. He got stuck right here.
What did you do when Moose came to the door?
He moved. He went to the right, and he dragged. There was you know, like the metal leashes, really long ones. You hook him to like a tree. You just hooked up to the bottom steps. But Moose, he's an idiot. He runs in between chairs and the table, and runs a drag along. Well, I think he got stuck because I heard a loud noise. I tried to move him, and all the chairs would go down the steps.
But Moose isn't on the beach.
No, he wasn't. He was on earlier that day, though.
Oh, so you knocked out your time earlier tonight.
No, he did not hold the chairs down. I think the guy dragged down. I don't know.
Okay.
Actually,
And then did you run across the field? Did you run in the backyard?
straight back, and if you look from the glass window, there's like a shed directly behind.
working in the backyard. Anna had once heard someone pulling on the handle of their back door. She'd peered behind the curtain only to be confronted by the horrifying sight of a hooded figure pressed close against the glass. Then there had been the many mysterious thefts, from cash, both small and large amounts, to a laptop, checkbook, house keys, and Melinda's car keys. The mysterious perpetrator had then repeatedly and intentionally set off her car alarm at all hours of the day and night. On one occasion, Bruce found nails hammered into the tires of his car. Melinda took to posting on Facebook about the endless and disturbing incidences. Whoever had stolen my keys was playing with her remote at 4:30 a.m. and kept starting the van at 7, she wrote. In another, set car alarm with stolen remote again last night and found nails in Bruce's tire. And getting on a first-name basis with the Strongsville police. No other residents in the neighborhood were experiencing these problems. Clearly, someone was specifically targeting them. But who? Police could find no evidence of anyone being outside the home, nor did they have any other leads. Both Melinda and Bruce began living in constant dread of the next attack. Just days before her murder, Jeff phoned the police to report an intruder had tried to enter the house by forcing the sliding back door open. That man was able to open the door about 3 inches, but couldn't get inside the house because Jeff had deliberately placed a ball bag to block the door. It was to be the last of the strange incidences. The next call Jeff would make to police would be to report Melinda's murder. Shortly before Jeff had sat down with Strongsville police, Bruce Pleskovic was interviewed by the same detective. He had given a very different and conflicting account. Bruce explained that he had been at work when he received a mysterious text from Melinda at 4:30 p.m. saying simply, "Meet me at Brewcat." Brewcat was a local brewery that family occasionally drank and ate at. Asking him to meet them at Applebee's. Bruce couldn't keep up. The plans were changing every 2 minutes, but the Avery had arrived just after 7 p.m. Jeff was already drinking and waiting with baby Aurora. Bruce asked them where everyone else was. Jeff said he didn't know. Neither Jeff or Anna had heard anything from them, and her phone was off. Jeff also told Bruce that he'd been locked out of the house. The garage code wasn't working. Bruce was worried. They ate their meals and left for the car park. Bruce was impatient to get home, but Jeff asked Bruce to mind Aurora while he filled his truck with gasoline.
We left Applebee's.
You guys walked out together?
Yeah, we walked out together. And he said he grabbed a gallon, he needed some gas in the truck, so he grabbed a bunch of, he said grab some gas from his dad's house. He was filling up his car. He had the door open, the baby was there, so I was just hanging out waiting with him.
Where's this at?
This was in the parking lot in front of him. I was parked over here. He was a little bit over here. He was... Why would he grab a gallon? He said he grabbed a 5-gallon gas out of his watch. I can smell I gave him the keys. Was there one or two? I couldn't tell what was in his hand.
Did you see him
But it-
physically put a key into the door and let it in?
Yeah, it wasn't. Somehow it wasn't working, so that's why he banged on it. But Kyle was able to unbolt it, and he's the one who let us in the house. Jeff looked at the door about 5 or 6 feet. Like right in front of me. That's it. But then what happened right after that? I don't know. I kind of looked in the kitchen, and then I think I went back outside. You know, I'm always like going there, go back out, get this, go back, you know, and I am always like doing something. You know, actually, no, I went back to move the bed after we got back. I don't know if you went back out. I'm trying to figure out where I'm thinking, okay, where's Molly? She'll say something. Sometimes she'll say something. Maybe she's busy on something. And that's when I noticed the chair. One of our chairs was Kyle's chair, which is right there in the front, was actually for the dish washer. And that's when I walked in. That's what I'm doing after Jeff was immediately on this 911 call. He made the first call. He was outside. I just got up, ran out. I decided because I yelled at call myself.
So you told Jeff to call 911?
Yeah, I yelled. I started yelling. Yeah.
When asked who he thought could do such a heinous act, Bruce could think of no one. Certainly not a family member, he said. Yet, the more he talked, the more Jeff's name cropped up.
He'll burn bridges, and he has a history of burning bridges with some people, with friends. I don't know about this, but if you find it, I mean, I know him enough to know, and you hear an understanding that he says things. He gets in people's personal lives and situations, as always has a opinion coming. Kind of crosses the line. So he's doing that with me and Mel. It was like he's texting her a lot, me a lot, just, you know, really weird.
Saying what?
There's some texts that I had to delete. Well, he would get into it with Mel about, and, you know, I don't know, about teaching. I was a teacher. Just, and he's always talking. The thing is, he's always domineering the camera. You know, he'll go along with it, but then he'll butt heads with you. He'll say this and that. Well, he was up at the 4th of July. He was always talking and just getting really angry with every, you know, in his conversations and just very, just high energy, more or less so than usual. anytime I do something, if I say something that he gets, after a while he thinks about it, he takes it forward. But then it started, the friendship started just going, hanging around together. Then he said he was sending, he sends these texts on purpose to people. I mean, he does this a lot. He's doing that to Mel, and he sends them to me. Well, the last one was something about when he was really mad. And just calling her a little layer, sending these red fire texts at church. And he's sending me stuff too about, he says something I didn't do. Just saying, this is
Bruce was adamant that Jeff wouldn't have hurt his wife. And yet, there were those niggling things he couldn't explain, and that had eaten away at him for months. Jeff was the kind of guy who was all talk, Bruce said. He made promises he never kept, and his stories were always changing. He said he was buying a house with cash from his grandparents, but couldn't show any paperwork. But there were other things that bothered Bruce and Melinda too. Melinda had taken a job of helping Anna arrange the wedding. Jeff only had to deal with the venue and his own invitations. But there was no evidence that Jeff had sent out any invitations. A week prior, the venue had contacted Mel to tell her that Jeff's card had been refused 14 times. They would lose the venue if payment wasn't received by the next day. Mel contacted Jeff, but as luck would have it, he'd been in a car wreck and was in the hospital. Mel had paid the venue. For the past 18 months, Mel and Jeff had butted heads, but now it was constant. Both Mel and Bruce found it odd that these strange incidences began not long after Jeff had moved in. Many times, Jeff had been the only one to see the intruder. They'd also had a weird vibe about Jeff's family, who seemed to be holding them at arm's length. Mel and Bruce had hoped to become friendly with the Scullins, but it was clear they didn't share the same sentiment. At one point, Jeff confessed to Bruce that his father didn't like Mel, couldn't stand her, in fact. Bruce was shocked. She hardly knew the man. Still, in the days before the wedding, they tried again to organize a dinner for the two families. Jeff's parents had turned down the invite. Oddly enough, on October 23rd, Jeff had told Mel that his mom wanted to take the family out to dinner to reimburse Bruce and Mel for the $6,500 they had paid for the wedding venue. But just hours later, the plans changed again. Jeff's mom wanted to meet just Mel. None of it made any sense, said Bruce, and yet somehow it did. Everything was filtered through Jeff. It was Jeff who made the dinner plans that never came up. Jeff who had passed on that his father hated Mel. Jeff who saw most of the plans. The person who had clung on to most of this had been Mel. She treated Jeff like a son and had been deeply concerned about his behavior. Something in her gut was telling her that something was very seriously wrong, but her mind could hardly bear to go there. Melinda Pleskovic funeral took place on October 28, 2017. That was the day that her daughter and high school sweetheart, Jeff Scullin. Instead of acting as a group, Jeff now served as a pallbearer for Melinda. Melinda's husband Bruce was distraught, as were her three children, including Megan and Kyle was not yet able to comprehend that his beloved and devoted mother had died. He'd spent her funeral looking hopefully out the window, waiting for her to arrive. Melinda's death prompted an outpouring of grief within the Strongsville community. Melinda had been a much-loved middle school teacher at Strongsville Middle School for 27 years, and a coach for multiple soccer teams. She had been a mentor, a role model, and an inspiration, someone with a contagious laugh and an days following Melinda's murder, the Pleskovic family had camped out together on the floor of one room in the house. The loss and horror was overwhelming. Worse still, they had no answers. Family and friends wondered if Melinda had been killed after interrupting one of the strange intruders who had terrorized them. Jeff suggested downloading apps to their phones so they could keep track of each other's whereabouts. After all, if there was a murderer on the loose, who knew which one of them could be next? Meanwhile, a picture was emerging for detectives, and it was not one that any of the family had seen coming.
6 o'clock.
his 49-year-old mother, Melinda Pleskovic, in their Strongsville home. The wedding was set just days after Pleskovic was shot and stabbed to death in her kitchen. Instead, Scullin was a pallbearer at his soon-to-be mother-in-law's funeral.
You have to wonder if Melinda found something out that was going to stop the wedding. That's what I wonder. And I think it's really sick that he was a pallbearer.
Just days before the murder, Scullin, who lives in his soon-to-be in-laws home on Blazing Star Drive, called 911 to say someone tried to break in the back door.
Okay, what's your emergency?
Someone just tried to walk into my house.
Okay, what did they look like?
They didn't really see him. I just saw a blue hoodie.
This whole case has Strongsville resident Daniel Stevenson, who knows the family well, wanting to know what the motive was for the gruesome murder.
But you just have to wonder what was going on beforehand, what triggered it. I mean, with such rage. Like, did she find something out? Was he doing something?
This is Scullin being questioned inside the house the night of the murder, then being placed in a police car. And there's this, the couple's wedding registry for a wedding that now never happened.
Police brought Jeff in for a third interview and polygraph test. He failed the polygraph, and after a 6-hour interview, confessed, or half-confessed. Mel had discovered his gun in the basement, he said, along with a recent paternity test for their daughter Aurora taken after Jeff had accused Anna of cheating on him. Mel had flown into a rage. She'd taken the gun upstairs, he said, and had been pointing it roughly in his direction. In self-defense, he snatched it off and fired 3 times in full view of her son Kyle. He didn't remember stabbing her 35 times. He offered no further motive for the crime. Announced that Jeffrey Scullin Jr. had been arrested and charged with the murder of his future mother-in-law, Melinda Pleskovic. A grand jury would also indict Scullin on charges of felonious assault, tampering with evidence, and making false claims. Prosecutors argued that Scullin had a history of disagreeing with Melinda and had planned the murder for many months, part of which had included concocting the phony break-ins. Jeff pleaded guilty, but with a caveat. He wasn't actually guilty, his lawyer said. He just wanted to spare the family, as he said. The trauma of trial and all the damning information that would come out about the family, as he said. Scullin was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 33 years. Before the sentence was read out, Melinda Pleskovic, who narrowly escaped murder and assault, provided a victim impact statement. She said, Jeffrey Scullin should never be allowed to walk free again. He is a manipulator, a pathological liar, a thief, a sociopath, and above all else, a sadistic murderer. He shows no remorse and deserves to spend his days away from the innocent.
Lost her cherished friend. The worst part is that someday I would have to sit her down and explain this horrifying nightmare. I'll have to find the reasons to why I found the chosen person she has instead.
It was a bit of a shock when we were taken by surprise. We were all so excited. We wanted to help Jeff and him out the best we could, so we offered to let them live in the basement so they could save up upstairs. We allowed them to live rent free and helped with raising the baby as well, since we had experienced great loss. This would help them in the transition to that great. We had a loving, caring, normal household. We took refuge in our own. Later in the year, the two instances were missing. That is part of and the recorded burglaries that we did investigate keep up with our many several defenses. The result of the illness is depression. I can see the many shocking
weeks after her death, the Strongsville women's varsity team created a soccer tournament on Kelly's Island called the Mel Cup after Melinda Pleskovic. Over the weeks that followed, another initiative began, a movement for random acts of kindness with the hashtag #It'sOnMel. For all those who loved her, random acts of kindness embodied the spirit of Melinda. She gave everything of herself and asked nothing in return. If you found this case compelling, don't forget to like the video, comment down below your take on it, and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that notification bell in order to stay up to date each time we reveal a new shocking case. Until next time, stay safe and keep your eyes peeled.